So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what parents of your grandparents used to listen to radio on. Yeah, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, you get the idea. So they didn't use stuff like FM, AM those days, as I can read from this tuner right here. They had things like medium wave, short wave, long wave. I have no idea what that is. And then you also have names of the places where you have these radio stations. Like you have Cape Town, Balawayo. I guess that's a channel over there. I have no idea. Bombay, Delhi, that's India. Lahore. In those days, India and Pakistan used to be like India and Pakistan was one country. It used to be India. Yeah, Bombay, Calcutta. I think you only had radio signals in these few places in India that I mentioned over here, and this thing is made in England, so they kind of universally made this thing. So I have no idea how they used to update the database on this. If a new radio station came out, how did they update this? These days, I guess they never realized that world would move so forward. I have no idea. Okay, so what's really impressive is what's what's underneath the hood. Back in the day, goodness, focus. Back in the day, we used to have tubes because transistors weren't invented by them. Transistors and MOSFETs are a relatively newer thing. Yeah, yeah. These things used to I must admit they generate much richer sound than transistors and BJTs. For some reason, I've heard tube amplifiers. They sound fucking amazing. And yeah, these things they look like light bulbs and they used to behave like light bulbs too. I mean, not as in their functioning, but they used to, they died out like light bulbs, and then you had to replace them. These have no ratings like input output impedance or anything of that sort. Just a single tube. I have no idea why they don't have all that. Then there's I think these ones right here, they're the output stages. That is a transformer. They do not have an output transformer, which is amazing because all tube amplifiers have an output transformer because the impedance of the speaker is like 8 ohms and the output impedance of the tubes is what, way greater than that. It's like in order of thousands of ohms. So it'll be necessarily short circuiting the tube if you had an impedance that low connected to the output. But then I noticed that this loudspeaker is not your regular average loudspeaker. It's You can see that the place where the magnet generally goes on this, that's a place where your your electromagnet goes, the coil. In normal speakers, the coil is connected to the diaphragm, and this one is connected to the magnet. So I'm guessing that this had the magnet attached to the diaphragm, the permanent magnet, and this coil, you can't really focus on that through this camera. And this coil over here had an impedance which was somewhat equal to the output impedance of these tubes. Now this is a single. This is a monoblock amplifier, and it has what? It has one, two, three tubes is what I can see. I don't know what the hell these are. These have to be tubes. They're like three tubes, four, five tubes for a single channel. That's hell of a lot. Maybe that's because it's an FM receiver and it really needs to amplify that small little signal that's coming from the FM. Anyway, this used to sound really, really rich, like really fucking beautiful. You don't get this stuff these days. Anyway, somewhere on this tube it's inscribed "Made in England," which is obvious because India used to be under British rule at that time. I will get the rest of the stuff apart and then get into greater detail of what this thing exactly is, how it works, the input output stages, whether the tubes still work. I was kind of planning to. I can see a potentiometer in there. I had never seen these things without a camera. I must admit. Yeah, there's a potentiometer in there for the biasing and stuff. I think I can make a headphone amplifier with these tubes. Headphone amps don't generally require output transformers. Headphones have high impedances already. Alrighty.